Throne Room Podcast. I am your host, the Queen Marva Nichols, and tonight I have Grambling State head football coach, Coach Mickey Joseph, in my virtual studio again to talk about this weekend's homecoming game versus UAPB, and we'll be right back. Hi, this is the Queen, Marva Nichols, and welcome back to the Throne Room Podcast on MTMV Sports Network. And I have Coach MJ with me tonight. What's going on, Coach?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited about homecoming this week. I know we had a rough time last weekend, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, so I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How's the team doing?
They're good. It's things. When you drop two in a row, both of them by 2 points, and you feel like you're 4 points away from being 5-1, but reality, it's you're 3-3. So we got to figure out a way, how to squeeze out these tight football games, and we got to play better. We just got to play better. We got to put it away. We can't leave it in other people's hands, and we got to hold ourselves accountable. And that's what we talked about this week. Is just about focus and finish. That's the only thing we want to talk about. Where's your focus and where's your finish?
Where's your focus and where's your finish? We definitely got to focus and finish. And it seems like we just can't get over that hump. And we were right there, and so a lot of the fans are concerned. And, we're like, oh my God, we thought we would be, in another place, and I'm sure you did too.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we help Miles Crawley to perform better? Or are we making some changes? I know last week you talked about personnel changes. Talk to us about what's on the agenda this week and
Well,
for the changes.
we'll try to get the ball out of his hand. We try to run the ball more. Try to get him more 6-man, 7-man protection to keep him upright. But we got to get him to read it. He's going to be under distress. You're going to be under pressure, so he's got to be able to read it and read it out. And I think he had a pretty good week this week. We put a little competition in his water. So he likes that when you challenge him. So we challenged him, to be better than he was last week. And I know he will. I know he'll come out this week and play better.
Yes, and he's a home. He's his dad, and I went to school. He's his family is from Grambling, and so he knows that we're dependent on him. So Miles, we're behind you. Just know that your grandfam auntie is rooting for you, and we know that Coach Mickey is going to put you in the best position, and the OC as well. So we're looking forward to rooting you on, and the G-Men on Saturday. Now, listen, we saw what is his number 24 Talbert. He really did well with the run game on last Saturday. And I mean, I was like, wow, this young man is really, really talented. He was able to move the ball quite a bit. Will we see more of him on this Saturday?
Yeah. I think with the three guys are playing well. You'll see a little bit more Elder. Also, we'll put a fourth guy in there also. So we're happy with Bull and Trey, but we're going to give these other kids the opportunity. Try to run it more. Try to run it more, and then just make sure that we let Miles get comfortable before we start doing anything exotic with him.
Yeah, and so you mentioned elders that like those are the veteran running backs, and I was even wondering where they were, and so I'm glad to hear that that they will hit the field this week. I know I was watching one of your press conferences at the school, and you said something about hey, no one's in practice. We don't know as fans what's really going on, right? And so
Mhm.
as coaches, you all do what's best for the team and what's a part of your
Oh yeah, yeah,
strategy.
yeah,
So yeah.
and that's what people don't understand. As coaches, you really, the coaches that read that stuff and listen to that stuff, bless them, because my thing is, I don't, I can't worry about what people are saying because everything's really been positive, because the kids have been playing hard. They really hadn't been blown out. You lose two games by 2 points. It still says that we're a good football team. It doesn't say that we're a bad football team. Say that we just fell short, but we've been close and the kids been fighting and the effort's been there. So I don't think things been too negative about what's going on out there. I know a lot of people they're upset about the offense. Well, you know what? So are we. We upset too. But I tell them like this. I say,
Exactly.
yeah. So we're gonna do our best to fix it. We're gonna do our best to fix it. And we hopefully have a better outcome this week. With a win and the game. And on defense, we played lights out except two plays. No, three plays. The long run, the long pass, and then the play towards the end. But other than that, these kids been fighting. They've been here every day. When they lose, they hurt. And that's why I would like the fans, to be positive with them because they're not in the locker room and watching these kids cry. And
Yeah.
I made a comment to them that they're not passionate about anything, and they understood what I was saying that you can't just be passionate at sometimes. You got to be passionate all the time. So I think they that, and I think they came out this week and had another good day of practice. I'm looking forward to them have another good day tomorrow, and move into the weekend. There's a lot of distractions going on campus. They understand how we want to attack that we want to make sure we protect the team and we stay away from everything. And their night will be Saturday night. Other than that, this entertainment stuff's not for them. It's for everybody else. I told them, I said, when you my age and you get to be my age in your 50s, then guess what? You come back to homecoming and you can have a great time. But right now it's not your time to have a great time for homecoming. You still have business to take care of. So they understand that.
Yes, and and like you said, we need to be in our awareness of what we're saying about our players and about our team. And I always try to stay positive, even on this show. No matter what's going on, we're all that we have,
Yeah.
and so we have to protect each other. We have to promote each other, and we can be honest with each other, and we can agree to disagree. But we do have to consider that those young men can read this stuff. They can your words and it can penetrate them. And so we definitely do not want to be a thorn in their sides in that way. So our fan base, Grand fam, let us continue to pray for them. Let us continue to encourage them and support the G-men. So with that being said, so let's go back to, we talked about the running back room. We're going to see more of Talbot and Elders. And let's talk about Javon Robinson, who has
Mhm.
been a reliable target with 24 receptions for 326 yards. What sets Robinson apart as a receiver, and how does he contribute to opening up the offense for the Tigers?
Well, I mean, he's a really good route runner. He's small stature, but he plays big. He plays big. He's a kid with a lot of confidence. He can do multiple things. He can run deep. He can get speed sweeps. So we try to get him in tune into the offense. Just to get going. But he's playing at a high level right now, and he texted the other day and said, what can I do to help this offense get better? And I told him, I said, you need to practice a little faster. You need to be a leader. And out here at practice, you know what? He came out and did it this weekend. He's a kid. He really he loves where he's at right now, and we just got to keep him going. But we got to get the other kids to raise their game up. We got to get them to raise their game up. We got to get Jacoby to come along. We need Jacoby to come on. And we got to do a good job as coaches of getting him involved. We'll get Nick back. Nick was a little beat up for the game. He came back.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, Coach, what happened? He's number 88. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, and so we'll get him back, and we'll get him going. And JR had a really good week this week also, so we'll get him going. And then up front, the kids had a good week of practice. The offensive line. So we're gonna try to put it all together and try to get back on his winning track.
Let's go. And I talked to Taj Martin last week, and he was telling me that their main goal is to everybody, move in sync and everybody do their job. And so if they can get that going, then we can get those creases right for those
Yeah,
running backs to run through, and also the protection for Miles. So let's look at our upcoming game against Arkansas-Pine Bluff. Looking ahead to the matchup against UAPB, how do you plan to counter their passing attack led by Makai Haggins is his name,
yeah,
who has over 1,200 yards passing this season.
yeah. I mean, he reminds you a lot of just a big mobile quarterback. He wears that number 9, so he looks like McNair sometimes the way he runs around there. He's
Mm,
so strong with the strong arms. So
mhm.
he's really an explosive player, and we got to keep him contained. We did a good job last week on 15. Because the same type of kid. So we can keep him contained and keep him from making big plays with his feet, and slow him down with his arm. We should have some success.
Yeah, and they also have a strong, defensive backfield with players like Liam Lindo and Zamarion Weber recording multiple interceptions. How do you plan to keep your offense moving against a defense that can create turnovers?
Well, you know what? We gotta take care of the football. It was no takeaway Wednesday. So we took care of the football. We've been taking care of the football. And that's one thing, we hadn't been scoring the way we wanted to score, but we have been taking care of the football. And we got to continue to do that with this football team because they do a good job all out in interceptions. So we got to come here. We got to take care of the football. We got to do what we want to do. We got to get this thing back on track, and we got to make sure when we catch them, we got to make sure they pay.
Make them pay. I'm a tiger. I don't care anything about the Lions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. And so, as we move into the second half of the season, what are some areas you feel Grambling State needs to improve upon to finish strong and position ourselves for success in the conference?
Well, I think we have to increase our focus, and we got to be real strong minded about our finish because that's where we at. We tend to lose focus. And when we tend to lose focus, we don't finish the way we need to finish. So this week, the only 2 words I've been saying to them is focus and finish. No more speeches, no more quotes, none of that. Just say, I need you to focus and I need you to finish. And it's 2 words and you know what they mean. So hopefully that it'll get through to them this week and we'll get back on. Well, we got to improve on offense. We got to improve the third down. We got to do better on third down because we're really good in the red zone. We're like 85 to 86% in the red zone. And
Hmm.
then, we got to be able to run the football. We got to be able to run the football better than we did. But the number one thing is we got to protect our quarterback. We got to keep him upright. He's a drop back kid that needs the pocket to be clean so he can drill the ball. And I thought that those kids had a good week this week. And I tell people it's not like they're not trying.
Right.
It's just little mistakes that we growing pains, and it's like let's get these kids to play together. These kids haven't played together, so we still going through growing, but nobody wants to hear about that. Everybody wants to get this stuff straight and let's get this thing back on the road.
Yeah, nobody seems to understand the growing pains, what it requires. But it's okay. Some of us do, and we're right here with you, Coach. And it's going to be a good game on Saturday. We're heading into week 8, right, of
Yeah,
ACU
week
football
7.
and SWAC. 7, it's week 7,
Yeah.
or is it 8? Okay, okay.
No,
Well,
it is week 8 because we had an off
see
week,
that?
didn't we?
I knew what I'm on the
Yeah.
SWAT calls every Monday.
Oh
So
yeah, it's week 8. Yeah, because I forgot we had an off week. It's week 7 to me, but yeah, week 8.
week 8, week
Yeah.
8, and so we have our Grambling homecoming, and after the game, coach, when we win, I want to see you at the we have a breakfast, a midnight breakfast, but it starts at 9 at the cafeteria. So you need to come by
At
and meet
nine
the
o'clock
alumni. What'd you say?
is a midnight breakfast.
It says it's a midnight breakfast. We used to have it from like 11 to 3, but they moved it up to 9, I think from 9 to 1 or 9 to 12,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah,
Want you to come by after the game. We know we're gonna win. We want you to come through. We want you to come and meet the alums. We want to take pictures with you. Throw up your hooks with your gamma gamma bros, and
yeah,
you gotta get pictures with the pretty ladies of AKA and your Saras from Delta Iota and everybody else, the Delta Sigma chapter API and any alum that's non-Greek. We want to see you in the house.
exactly. We want a good showing for it. I'm sure we will. The fans have been great. The Graham Fam Nation has been great. They've been showing us a lot of support. For the last home games that we had, they came out for Tuskegee, they came out from Jackson State, they came out for Alcorn, and I'm sure they'll come out here. So we've been having a lot of support. We saw, like I said, Graham's got some of the realest fans that ever been around. And I know they do. They're passionate about this football, just like everybody else. And like I said, it's been more positive than negative. But you know what? When I tell the kids, when you don't win, you're gonna get some blowback. That's that's
Hmm.
that's that's big boy. That's big boy football. And my
Hmm.
thing is, if they wasn't saying nothing, then you should be upset because that means they don't care. So they care. And we like you said, we sorry, but these last 2 weeks has been close. But being close don't count. We got to get the W. So we pushing them this week that hey, we got to get back on a winning track.
Yes, yes. And I have a cousin that called me after the game. He said, "Cuz this hurts."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let them know the fans feel what they're feeling, and
So
but we are supporting you. And I'm gonna wrap it up. And with that being said, to all the kings and queens out there, from my throne to yours, continue to inspire greatness and farewell until our next crown session. Coach, thank you for being with me tonight. I'm
appreciate
gonna
you.
see tonight. I'm gonna see you this weekend, and I want to thank the audience for joining the coach and the queen. Good night.